Hi everyone, my name is Evan and I'm a senior data analyst here at Rinse presenting this quarter's car wash industry report. So this first chart here is looking at the overall member and retail revenue growth year over year that we've been observing in the industry. And just a reminder that this is taking a look at the same locations every quarter, trying to get a sense of, on a location to location basis, are we seeing continued growth in overall revenue? It is not looking at our new entrants into the market, increasing the industry's overall size. So we are seeing positive growth again this past quarter of around 5.2%. So great to see that continued compounding quarterly growth. Looking at the composition of that growth in this top chart here, membership revenue has grown about 13.2%, while retail revenue is again shifting away and has shrunk by about 7.1%. It's important to consider the top of the funnel. So we take a look at average conversion rate, which is looking at, of the eligible retail washers in the driveway, what percentage of those were locations converting into new memberships. So we can see that there's a lot of differentiation in this metric by the amount of members that a location has, with more mature locations from 3,000 to 5,000 plus members operating at nearly a double-digit percentage conversion rate, while less mature locations under 1,000 members might see in the low conversion rates in the low double digits. Again, to get those conversion rates high, a lot of these locations have sophisticated technologies or very down pat sales motions in the driveway, getting those rates up to the double digits. Looking at the distribution that we observe across locations of revenue per membership, so this is a good way to benchmark the typical prices for your memberships. We see the median coming in around $30, with the upper end of that core distribution closer to $35, and some washes having an average revenue per membership of $42. And the lower end of that distribution comes in close to $26. We like to show average member LTV once every few quarters, just to give folks a snapshot of how they can think about the cost of acquisition for a new member relative to the expected revenue you might generate for that member over the first 36 months. So that number that we're seeing is around $434, and this will definitely fluctuate given the prices that you charge and the kind of retention that you see. But again, the average that we see across the industry is around $434. For new site active member growth, this chart is showing for new locations how do they tend to be growing their membership bases on a days from launch basis. So starting at day 0, how long does it take them to get to roughly 1,000 members? We can see that in 2023, folks are reaching that point of 1,000 members at around the 300-day mark. Back in 2022, that was taking close to 400 days, and in 2021, we can see that locations on average did not reach that level of 1,000 members within that 400-day timeline. So great to see that we've seen improved growth strategies across the locations within new launches in the industry. This last chart here is taking a look at churn. So again, looking at a same store growth basis, we can see that churn upticked by about 6% overall year over year this past quarter, with voluntary churn increasing by about 5.3% and credit card churn increasing by about 8.7% year over year. So again, this is taking a look at the same locations each quarter, has their churn rates across all of their locations upticked. And we have seen that, it's grown by about 6%. So we're going to be very interested to continue monitoring that in subsequent quarters, as it seems like some cumulative pressures from inflation might be hurting consumers' wallets and affecting their choices of terminating their memberships. Thanks so much for listening, and definitely subscribe at rinse.com/subscribe to get the next quarterly update in your inbox in a few months. Thank you so much for listening.